He says that a man and a woman, why are they opposite? Why are they attracted to each other? Because originally they were born, Hashem created a man and woman together, which is the Gemara in Masechet Brachot says. And he says that the man and woman really separate, they're bad. So the reason why we're attracted is because it's not good that you're a man alone, and it's not good that you're a woman alone. If you are a woman, you should pay attention to this lady. If you are a woman, Manis Friedman is giving you a chidush. If you are a woman, you don't need the man. No. You need to understand something. In reality, if you're a woman, you have a need to be a man. And if you are a man, you have a need to be a woman. That's why you're attracted to each other. You need to be each other. You need to be, Rabbi, Goldenberg over there, he needs to be his wife, and his wife needs to be him. What? You need to be the other one. That's what makes you guys attracted to each other. You need to be the other one. Why? Because that's who you really are. You're the woman, she's the man, he's the woman, everybody's confused. Except Manis Friedman, he knows.
Why are we attracted to the opposite? That, by the way, that is a big mystery in nature. It doesn't make sense. Men should be attracted to men and women should be attracted to women. That makes sense. Huh? What is this attraction to the opposite? What is that, like kind of a dafke? I don't want my own kind. I want dafke what is not the opposite. It's because it's not opposite. It's me. A complete human being is male and female. So a man's attraction to a woman is because he wants to be himself, not he wants something opposite to himself. A woman is attracted to a man because being a woman is not enough. A human being, like the first human being, has to be both.
Find me a place in the Torah, I'll give you $1,000. Cash. I'll go borrow. Rabotai, how can people be defending such kfira? The answer, Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll get a little bit more today. But it's very, very important for us to know that this, unfortunately, has been going on for 40 years with Manis. It has been going on for 40 or 50 or 60 or 100 or a few hundred or a few thousand years. But Am Yisrael, we've always had people like this. He's not new. He's just a new face for the last 40 years. We've always had people like him that tried to revolutionize the divine Torah that doesn't need to be revolutionized. Now, HaKadosh Baruch Hu feels bad for people because he loves us. And when we talk about Gan Eden and Gehenom, we're talking about people that know that they are Jews. Know that there's a Torah, know that Torah is divine. What if you just found out that you're a Jew now? Well, guess what? Starting now, your judgment becomes very different. Until now, your judgment was very, very different than what it's going to be from now on. Why? Because if you didn't know you were a Jew for the first 80 years of your life, and you just discovered you're a Jew now, the judgment that you're going to have for the first 80 years is obviously not going to be as critical as it's going to be for us here listening to Shir Torah, knowing that we're Jewish. Now, to show HaKadosh Baruch Hu's mercy, I got a call, 2 calls, from a fantastic, wonderful woman, 79 years old. I got it today. I wanted to cry. To be honest, I cried a little. Don't tell anybody though. 79 years old, she just discovered she's a Jew. 79 years old. She just discovered she's a Jew. How did she discover she's a Jew? She heard from her mom years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, that she is Jewish, but they weren't practicing. And her grandmother was also Jewish. But she says, if you're not practicing, like the Christians, you're not a practicing Christian, you're not a Christian. You're not a practicing Arab, you're not really a Muslim. They call you a kofir, they call you a lot of things. But then she heard in a shiur by Rabbi Tovia Singer Sheikhye that if your mother and your grandmother are both Jewish, you're a Jew. And he said this derech agav, like as a side note. It wasn't like a whole lecture about who's a Jew, who's not. He just said a derech agav, like as a side note. HaKadosh Baruch Hu felt bad for this woman to live 80 years without a purpose. Ishtabach shimo la'ad. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says in Sefer Shmuel 2, in chapter 14, verse number 14. Lebiti idach mimenu idach. No one be banished from him. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not going to let anyone in the world live a life without having a chance to do tshuva. He's not going to have anyone in the world live an entire life without having a chance to see the emet. Everyone gets a chance. Which means, this answers a huge question that people have. Wait a minute, it's not fair. I only discovered such and such when I was 30, when I was 40, when I was 50, when I was 60. Okay, you discovered it? Or what if I didn't? But did you discover it? Yes. Okay, so why are you asking, what if you didn't? It's like asking, what if you didn't have grandparents? Then you wouldn't have you. What's the point? Don't ask philosophical questions like Manis. Tachlis, did you find out the truth? Yes. Okay, so now act on the truth. If this wonderful lady in the middle of nowhere, Texas, can find out that she's a Jew at 79, you know what this means, Rabotai? That means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu told her you can do full tshuva even at the age 79. You can do tshuva, complete tshuva at 79 and finally give your life a purpose and go to Gan Eden with Moshe Rabbeinu. So that means, Rabotai, that none of us have an excuse. None of us. If this lady was crying to me on the phone, telling me, what do I do now? What does Hashem want from me now? What do I do? I said, don't worry, I'll send you some information, Bezrat Hashem will be in touch, and so on and so forth. I have no doubt in my mind that she's going to do tshuva, complete tshuva. The question is, are we going to do tshuva? Are we going to continue lying to ourselves by using Manis and the likes excuses of why we don't need to do tshuva, because everyone goes to Gan Eden according to Manis Friedman, no matter what. He says that because the exile has been so long, for 2,000 years, there's no Jew in the world that deserves punishment. Everybody goes to Gan Eden.
After putting us in Golos for 2,000 years, after giving us a Yetzer Hara, after creating sins, He is going to punish us if we do a sin? That sounds like a monster. That's indecent. That's like blaming the victim. Today, because of how long the Golus has gone on, there isn't a Jew in the world who deserves punishment, no matter what he does. So what is it like to be in hell? There is really a serious, proper definition or description of hell. When you come home to your home, and you don't feel comfortable. That's hell. When you come to the place where you belong, and you don't feel like you belong, that is horrible. The burning in hell is not a fire with little demons with pitchforks. The burning in hell is the embarrassment that a soul feels when it doesn't know how to be a soul anymore. Some souls go back to the world of souls as if they never left. Completely comfortable being a soul. That's heaven. But when you're uncomfortable being a soul, because your soul is so used to being in a body, not being comfortable as a soul among souls, that's hell. How long does it take to readjust? Maximum 12 months. After 12 months, you're in heaven.
Where is the heads of Chabad Tell me, I want to know, where are the heads of Chabad that are supposed to, at this moment, now that this has become public, where are they with their cherem on such a person? Where are they? Where are the leaders of his own Keilah? Where are the leaders of this community? Where are the leaders in New York? Where are the leaders in Los Angeles? And in all places around the world? Where are all of they? Now, right now that you've seen and it's been highlighted that this person has been saying things that are against the Torah. What are you going to tell me? That, oh, you just don't understand? Well, Rabotai, if I don't understand, that's not such a big deal. I'm not such a smart person. But my rabbi, he's a very smart person. He learns Torah many, many hours. And if he doesn't understand, then I have a question for Mr. Menace. If my rabbi doesn't understand, and several other rabbis that I sent to don't understand, and several other Talmidei Chachamim that I sent to don't understand, no one understands that knows any Torah, then how is the average person in the public that's religious or secular but not considered a Talmid Chacham, not considered a scholar, how are they going to understand? If the scholars don't understand, if the rabbis don't understand, no one understands, how is the average person going to understand? How? Which means that the only way to understand it is what the Mishnah in Avot says, Chachamim tizahu bedivrechem. Chachamim, you have to be careful with your words because your words can lead your students to Gehenom. Why? If you speak in a way that's philosophical and theoretical and all types of other calls, and no one understands your calls, then guess what? The only thing we can do is call it as it is. Look at the basic understanding. The basic understanding is what you're saying is kfirah. So unless you can either explain it in a normal way that a fool like me could understand, unless you could explain it with a source from Chazal, there's no other conclusion other than to call it kfirah. But unfortunately, Rabotai, there are still going to be people that defend him, even after this video comes out. Because some people just want to be lied to. Because it soothes their lifestyle. It soothes their actions that are against Hashem. Makes them feel okay about it. Why? Man has said, I'm not going to Gehenom anyway. Now, why am I mentioning this again? We've done enough. Why is this being mentioned again? It's because unfortunately, Rabotai Karim, this is part of the prophecies that will happen before Mashiach. The Gemara in Masechet Sotah, page 49b, says that before Mashiach comes, there's going to be obnoxious people, chuspat izgeh, people that make comments on the internet without even understanding Aleph Bet of Judaism, making fun of the Torah.
The reason we go to hell when we die is because we want to be with our friends. If you go to heaven, who are you going to talk to?
That's true. No one in my life is going to heaven.
You know, Christians are afraid of hell. Right. It's a Borough Park thing. Yeah. So first of all, what is Gehenna? What is it? Oh, what it is, you burn like a barbecue. You roast on a fire on the... What are we talking about here? On the neshama? Your neshama goes to hell and burns? How do you burn on the neshama?
Your neshama is a flame.
That's right. How do you burn it?